Um, okay, so we got our fonts. We got these. Let's just say done. Now we want the texture atlas because I'm just going to show you that real quick. Um, we create atlas equals new texture atlas, and here we have the nice opportunity to just give the string instead of using GX files um internal, yeah. And since this doesn't exist yet, it doesn't work, but we can already like put the path in, and that is going to be UI uh, button.pack. Yeah, that's going to be the atlas file. And do we have to do anything? No. But now that we have our atlas, that is like defining the regions of a sprite image that we're going to create, we can make our skin, because the skin equals the skin, which takes the texture atlas, and that's called atlas. So now we have our atlas and our skin set up. We are going to use the atlas and the skin to create the text button, the label, yeah, pretty much the label, and yeah, we're not even going to use it for a label. It's all just for the text button. So yeah, we need another program for that. I have already got it installed, and it's the GDX texture packer.jar. I don't know where I got it from actually. I think it was somewhere in here, but I didn't find it when I had a look. So in case you don't find it yourself, you'll probably be able to find it on the internet. In case you don't find it, I just uploaded it. So you go to my website and then stuff YouTube slash, yeah, that's actually enough, stuff YouTube Java game development, and I moved the projects into the project folder here, but we still have this downloads, and right here the GDX texture packer is, so you can get it from there if you don't know where to get it from. So once we downloaded that, we can just execute it. Yes. Where? Okay. Let's create a new, well, a new pack. So the pack is going to be called button, because we want to put the textures of the button in. Don't be confused by all of this now. We first have to get the actual images that we're going to pack at first. So where do I have those? Where do I have those? Yeah, where do I have those? I think I don't have those anymore. So we'll have to create those. I think I've got some nice images. You know, you can just draw your own images for that, but actually it's going to take some time. I can exit that out. LibTVL, hello TVL, and yeah, here we got some nice images, don't we? Of course, you don't have this file now. I'll probably upload it somewhere as well, but we are going to use just this and this, correct? Yeah, just this and this is what we're going to use. So we have to get these out of here, and yeah, let's just do that. We'll copy this. Hello, did you copy it? Alright. And just put it on our desktop, like .2, create a new one called user interface and put it in here. And now I'm going to use the most professional tool that ever existed on Earth, and then go edit, and bam 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 bam. We just take this out of here. Now, blip, and we just need this. So now we can go like save as PNG and call it button.normal. Yeah. Now we can all undo it again, and now we select this one here. I did that right? Yeah, I did that right. And I'm gonna like this and paste that in. Is that really right? Come on, I mean, this and then this. Yeah, that is alright. So we're just going to save that as a PNG button dot pressed, and there we are. Actually, let's not call these normal and pressed, but let's call them what we're going to call them in the code later, which is up and down, like the button is up and down. Now, before we can put them into the texture packer, we can do something pretty handy. And since you already got the Android ADK installed, because you need it for all of this, I talked about that in the first episode, you already have a tool for that, and I've just created this bat file to actually assess it. But let's see what's in there. Oh my god. Okay, I actually didn't create it, I don't know. Oh yeah, that's a shortcut. So let's go properties, and here we see where it is at. Let's just copy that and make a new window for a computer, and it's going to be on your local hard drive. Then it's going to be, yeah, where it's going to be. Oh yeah, in program files, Android SDK. I just want to show you a path. I could also just enter that, but okay, tools, and there we find this draw9 patch.bat. This is what we want to execute. You can also just like create a shortcut for it for like somewhere, but I already did that, so we just want to execute that. After a while, we get this, and now we open a file, open 9patch, and 9patch is pretty much just, yeah, you'll just see in a moment, blackpoint 2 UI and button dot, let's begin with up, and open that. So you now see all this stuff here. Show bad patches. No. We now have the opportunity, like when we get the with the mouse close to here, there comes this little rectangle, and we can draw these things on here like that. Yeah, we want to draw these black lines. The black lines are pretty much just the area that's going to be resized when the button has different sizes, so that these edges stay the same size and don't get all messed up, but this this pink area is going to be resized. What's pink is going to be resized, and what's green is not going to be. So we have to do that for the top as well. Bam, 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 bam. I think that is correct. No, that is correct. And now we can see how it's going to look in different sizes. If this would like get a little bit closer to us, oh here, zoom. Not this zoom, I mean patch scale. Yeah. Okay, I messed it up. We don't want this. Yeah, this is how we want it. You see, in all different sizes, it still looks like a normal button. So once we got that, we just go File, Save 9 patch, and we'll call it button dot. Is that up or now? It's up. Okay, button dot up dot 9 dot png. This 9 is going to be important for the texture packer. Now we open another 9 patch. UI button down, open, and now we can do the same thing. We're going to use this area here, yeah, and this area right here. I think show patches. Well, I don't get along with that. Okay, so we don't want to use this. We want to use it like this. Yeah, with a right click you can remove that area. So this looks like a normal button, all nice. Save 9 patch button dot down dot 9 dot png, and now we can exit that out. So now we should have all this fancy stuff in here. Yeah, so we don't need this anymore, we don't need this anymore, we don't need this anymore. So let's just delete them. Now we've just got these .9 images left. Now we can open up the texture packer. And create a new package, a pack called button. And then we're going to choose our input directory, which is desktop blackpoint to user interface. And the output directory is actually going to be the same. So desktop blackpoint to user interface. We can put that output. Yeah, that was just very intelligent. Let me actually just copy it and paste that in here. File name is going to be, okay, we can just leave it blank for pack name.pack. That's fine. Let's see what kind of stuff we have here. It's all fine, isn't it? Page height width, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Force power of 2. Since we use OpenGL 2.0, we can uncheck that, because power of 2 is just for OpenGL 1. Yeah, it requires that every texture has a size that's a power of 2. So it's like power of 2 is like 2. Okay, this is too shitty to make it work, but it's like 2 times 2, yeah, and then 8, then 16, 32, and you know these numbers, they're from bit size and stuff like that. But we don't want these dimensions, so we just uncheck that. Then we go, alright, that's actually alright, I guess. So we just go like pack them all, and it's done. And we get our files right here. This and this file, they are new. Actually, what did he put around there? Okay, it's not really necessary, but I think that looks kinda crappy. New pack button, still the same directory, but we want no padding at all. Yeah, and we want the whole fucking quality, even though we are going to have PNGs, but I don't know, let's just do it like that. And close, and there we are. This looks way better. You just see the up image and the down image. So now you wonder, like, where the heck are these black bars go that we just draw on them? Well, it removes them, because if the file name ends with .9 and then .png, it knows that it's a 9 patch, and that brings up this split stuff here, which we'll use in our program. Well, the program will pretty much just use it by itself, so we don't need these two anymore. Let's actually just keep them. I don't know what the heck we're going to use them later for. So let's say new package inside here, UI, and we want to put these two in there. Copy files. There we are. Yep. So, oh my god, how long is this episode? Like an hour on? Okay. That just says that I should go to bed, and I even got a SMS. What the fuck? Okay. That's going to be some interesting conversation later. Holy shit. So now we defined this UI button.pack before. Now it actually exists. Here it is, UI button.pack, and we create a new skin with it. So now we can do all the rest. Okay, so we got the texture atlas, that's done, and we got the skin, that's done. So now what's left is pretty much the most basic thing, the stage at first. Let's actually create that at first. Stage equals new stage. We can just do it like that and it will be just fine. Then we need the table equals new table, and we can put the skin on it, but that has to happen after that, obviously. We don't really have to put the skin in there, but since there's a constructor where that's possible, we just want to do that. We don't have to do, because we're going to define the rest manually later anyway. So the table, like I said, is going to align all the buttons and the label, the heading. So it's like a container for that. So we want to put the table right to the set bounds. Yeah, set bounds is good. We want to put it. Yeah, where would you want to actually put that thing? Let's actually have a look how I did that here. I said table is a new table. Okay. Oh well, that makes sense. We just set it to 00, which is the bottom left corner, and then we say gdx.graphics.get width and gdx.graphics.get height. So this way we set it pretty much to the whole screen. Now we can create we can create our buttons. And actually we wanna no, we don't wanna do that yet. We just wanna create our buttons. So we go like button exit equals new text button, which is going to take a text, which is exit, and the skin, which is skin. But I don't know if that's such a good idea. Yeah, we're going to use the text button style one, which is going to be text button style. We don't use skin here because I think it would have to be like specially just designed for whatever. Let's actually see, is there something skin dot? Yeah, you see all that stuff here. We would have to set that, and we would actually have to load the skin from a JSON file, and we don't want to do all that complicated stuff right now. We would just want to set the new button with a text button style, and the button exit. Let's just create the text button style. So text button style text button style equals new text button style. Isn't that great? Yeah. So what's the problem? Import. Correct. Now we can say text button style dot up. That's why we call the images button dot up and button dot down. Up is just like normal, when the button just exists and nothing happens with it. So equals, and now this up is, as you can see if you hover over it, it's a drawable, and we get these drawables from the skin. So we say skin dot get drawables, and now we just have to set it to whatever we called it, and we can actually have a look in that. You know, the skin takes the texture atlas, and the texture atlas is button.pack. So if we have a look in button.pack, we see these names here, button down and button up, which is pretty much just the part of the file name that it had, because you know, before it was .9.png and the texture pack just cut that away, and now we have these left. We could also just rename them, but since it's already alright, we just use button.up, and that gives us the drawable. So now the same thing for down is skin.get drawable button.down. Exactly. That's actually all we need for the button right now. We could do fancy stuff like hover animations, and this kind of sucks. Okay, hover animations and yeah, everything. We can do some other cool stuff. Now we have the button pressed animation, and we actually want the text on the button to be pressed as well. So that looks just a little bit better. So we say text button style dot pressed offset x. That is just yeah, it equals to 1, because we're going to use going to move the text on the button one more to the right on the x-axis than was before, and text button style dot pressed offset y equals, actually, yeah, -1, because we want to move it one down on the y-axis. So I think that's all we need for the text button style. Is that true? Yeah, font. We want to set the font to black. Pretty simple. Just the font that the button is going to use. Now let me check that I really didn't forget anything. Yeah. We're going to see if it's given as an error. So now we have this button set up, and let me just drink something. And when I say something, I mean water, okay. So now we wanna set, actually no, usually we go ahead and set the position of our button, but since we have our awesome table, we can just put the button into the table, and that does pretty much work for us. So yeah, but we wanna, you know, the way the button looks now isn't this great, because we just got exit, and exactly around it there's the button edges, so it just looks like exit. But you know, on these normal buttons, let me just get one of these buttons. Where do we get one of these normal buttons? Well, I guess you know what a normal button looks like here. You see, there's a little bit of space between the actual text and the edges, and we want that as well. So we say button exit dot pad, which is padding, and padding is the what was it? Well, it's somehow the yeah, you know what I mean. Don't know the word in English right now. So the float is going to be like that's the pixels actually. I don't know why they use float then, but we want it to be like 20 pixels everywhere. Couldn't we actually do that in here? Nope, we can't. So we have to do it right here. Because the padding has something to do with the actual text, and the text button style doesn't know any of the text. So now we want to, yeah, actually I just see that we use black here and we have these right there, so we probably want to do it like actually, yeah, like this. And now we want to put add the button to the table. So we just go table dot add button exit, and we want to add the table to the stage. Stage dot add actor table, and just that we know everything, it makes it a little bit easier to see and understand. We're gonna say table dot debug, which just enables all the debug lines. It's just like red lines showing us where the cells end and start and stuff like that. So now we are still not done. I know this is a lot right now, but just watch the video twice or something, or check out the code on my website there, you know the link, and it's actually not this complicated. You're going to get it. Okay, I don't want to torture you anymore. Let's just see our first run. We still don't have, you know, we have the table, we have the stage, we just don't have the heading yet, but we'll add just later. Render. So we want the stage to act, which basically means update everything in it. And since the stage has the table in it right here, it also updates the table and everything in that, and just like that. We can pass in the delta value here. If we don't, it just gets it from somewhere else. But since we already have it, we just put it in. Doesn't matter actually. And then stage dot draw, and this is just where everything gets visible. But before all of that, we want to use typical GDX.gl.gl clear color. What the heck? Clear color 0001 and GDX.gl.gl clear gl20.gl color buffer bit, and there we are. So this just you know, clears everything with a black background. And yeah, is that everything? Yeah, I'll just show you something that you're going to see now. Now I'm really looking forward to if that's going to work without testing it even once. Let's see if that's going to work. Now a tween callback comes in. Yeah, is that awesome or what? Our tween callback just like here we got the splash, and here is our tween callback, and that changed everything to the main menu, and it created all of that stuff, and here's a button. I wonder where the debug lines are. Oh yeah, the debug lines. We have to actually draw them as well. That's a little bit weird, but we just go table, and be sure to put make the first a capital letter, and then draw debug, and we have to put the stage in. I have no idea why they did it this complicated, but whatever. we have to enable debug here before anyway, because this table pretty much draws the debug lines for every table that exists on this stage, and just if it is enabled. and we did. And actually, we want to remove that later because in the game it looks like shit. So now let's see. Yeah, and exit. And you see these red, just real small corners, like the outline here. That's actually the debug lines. But there's one essential thing missing. We can't freaking click the button. Like, what did we create the fucking button for if we can't even click it? And that is because we have to do this. Yeah, it's good like this. GDX.input, which pretty much is just a reference to all the input stuff that happens, like mouse events, keyboard events, everything. Dot set. What up? Dot set input processor. Yeah, just like that. And this stage is just one of them. Let's actually have a look at that. Oh, here we are. The stage open declare type extends input adapter, and that input adapter implements the input processor. So the stage has an input processor inside it, so we can just set the stage as an input processor, and that already enables us to click the button. Perfect. Works just fine. You see that the yeah, I hope, yeah, probably use HD resolution or something. I can make it a little bit bigger. That the actual the text is going like one to the right and 1 pixel down, and you see these debug lines here as well. So okay,